Entertainment ending Unknown 9 IP and will lay off staff, but is moving on to existing Bandai Namco IP. Bro, how did it all go so wrong? Like, I probably have a couple of reasons why things went the way they did. You see, Unknown 9's concept was a whole transmedia media mix type of project. It was actually going to bring together a podcast, graphic novels, and text to promote what was planned to be 5 video games creating its own universe. So this thing was going to be expanded. This game was meant to go further than what it was originally designed to be. Unfortunately, that was not the case. You see, the game in its series, Unknown 9 Awakening, flopped critically and commercially when it launched on October on the PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series S. Now, the reason why it flopped was, to me, I'll be honest, I took a look at it, I saw it, and after seeing what I saw, it really looked like this game was not fully polished. It looks like it needed, it looked like a pre-done pizza, man. It looked like you could have left it in the oven and just added more onto it, and it would have been a much better experience. From what I saw in terms of trailers, it looked very slow. The gameplay was not fast. A lot of slow movements, a lot of really stiff and janky animation in terms of character movement. It was honestly something kind of bizarre when I was looking at it. I was like, is this really what they are planning on just launching, and they're cool with it? I didn't even know, but here's the funny thing as well. Marketing was one of the biggest distractors from this project. I had no idea Unknown 9 Awakening existed until it launched. Nobody did. I don't know where it was being promoted. I never saw it until actually the day it came out, and it bombed, and it was unfortunate because I was like, man, this was one of those games when you see it, you can tell it's not complete yet. I get it, but it's not complete yet. And a lot of people said they disliked the main character. They said she came off as a total girl boss. To me, that's neither. They said the story wasn't that good. That's neither here nor there. I'm saying in terms of what could have saved this game was a multitude of things. Better animation in terms of character movement. Better promotion, because I didn't even know it existed, which also that really sucked as well. So you gotta need better animation, better marketing promotion. Sure, yeah. Better story, because apparently a lot of people weren't really meshing with the story. It did not do really well on Steam. It did really poor on PlayStation as well. And honestly, it sucks to see, because to me, and this is my opinion as well, I don't really like to see games fail. I think that sucks because a lot of people, it just hurts a company. It hurts expanding this medium that we all really love. I feel to save a game like this, it did need a lot better promotion. If you're gonna have this character who can sneak around and go into other people's bodies and do all this really cool manipulation type of stuff, put the animation behind it, put the work behind it. And even in terms of run cycles and whatnot, a lot of it felt really stiff. Take it from me as someone who's worked in 3D animation for over a decade, a lot of it did not look like what it's supposed to be at all. And yeah, that was one of the worst parts about it. I honestly feel like when you see something like this, and when you see companies like Reflector Entertainment having to make these sad statements, it's just adds on to the pile that we've seen last year in 2024 of multiple studios having to say, hey, we're sorry, and things aren't working out, and unfortunately we're gonna have to go this way. And actually, Reflector themselves did let out a statement with Bandai Namco and said, today I informed our teams that I made the decision to not greenlit further work on a future project that was in conceptual. Sorry, I was swallowing. In conceptualized phase, and thus terminating this development line. Continuing this project would not be sustainable for the future of the studio. Regrettably, this also means that there will be redundancies following this decision. So basically, this IP, we can't monetize it as best as we'd hope. It's not profitable. It had less than 285 players on Steam, and usually when Steam games launch, they're in the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, on a really promising title. So this was not the case at all. And it honestly does suck, because like I said again, man, I don't really like to see games fail, but in times like this, you gotta know your audience. And it's really crazy because Bandai Namco has a lot of really powerhouse IPs behind them, and Reflector Studios was gonna be another part of that, another branch underneath their belt. But right now, with everything going on with these guys, we're looking at some mass layoffs coming down the pipe. And it even says here in this article, as a result, Reflector announced layoffs of as of much of 18%. Oh shit, I didn't even know it's going to be that high. 18% of their staff as early as November, the month after its release. They already said, guys, you got to go. So that tells me now, a month after the game dropped, they already said, yeah, this isn't looking good. Like, scrap the IP, scrap the idea of tying it in with graphic novels and like adding into the gameplay and all this stuff. Like the market, like the customer base was just not interested. The consumer base for it was just not there, and that sucks because it oh man, I'm trying to say this in the nicest way. Like, that sucks because it shows that Reflector didn't really know who their audience was. Like, it shows that like you got to do that. You got to take that PR, marketing, research, and development seriously. Because you don't want to be investing all this time and money into a project and it ultimately goes nowhere. That nobody wins at that point. Nobody wins. The players don't win. The staff, animators, and programmers don't win. The company doesn't win. Like nobody. It's a loss on all sides. So the thing is, furthermore, it says the biggest fear is that the company could close down. But in our estimation, that could not even be the worst possible outcome. The worst could be what happened to Ascension Studios, the developer behind Immortals of Aveum, another new original title that failed commercially and critically. So this company, oh man, Reflector. So Reflector's been taking some hits apparently. Stuff that I wasn't even aware of. Ascension Studios were furlonged last April, meaning their staff was not allowed to find new work while they weren't receiving pay. To this day, the public does not know if the company exists and if those employees were allowed to exit. Holy shit. Okay, you know what? That's a different bucket of worms in its own right. Holy crap, get your shit together, because, bro, what are you doing? So, companies like that, man, I hate. I don't like that, man. Companies like that, I feel it's evil and exploitative, and you're just hurting people. But, yeah. Yeah, it is what it is at this point with Reflector. I think when it comes to developing these titles, and if you really want to be successful when it comes to making these games, know what your audience wants. That's the first thing. Remember, this is a business. Know what the audience wants and know what the players want to play. If it's not something that they're into or it's not something that they're going to be engaged in, then, bro, you're ultimately wasting your time, because now, with all these layoffs and now with all this uncertainty in this studio, we don't know what's going to happen. And I don't know, man. Like, I guess in theory they thought it was a good idea to have this like crossover between text to novels and all this stuff, but like from what I saw, from the rigid animation to the poor writing of the story or the poor narrative that people weren't messing with, it was all those things and more that really just didn't bode well for the studio at all. So I don't know what's going to happen with Reflector Entertainment moving forward. They are being published through Bandai Namco, so Bandai might just give them a kick to keep the doors open. But this game did not sell well at all. It didn't even break 500 players. That's really eye-opening. Like, not even 500 people were willing to like sit down and try and give this thing a shot. If someone was streaming this game, for example, and they got to see it, maybe say they had a stream of like 100 people, maybe like 10 of those people would be interested in picking up this product. That was not the case, because that shows like that how little of a player base or there was from the jump. And from what I saw and from what I've seen, and this doesn't, I don't know, this doesn't look good. But I want to be a guy who puts his money where his mouth is, so I'm actually gonna pick this up and give it a try. Maybe I'm wrong, dude. I don't know, but what I'm seeing now, yeah, and it needs a quick polish, and a lot of game developers really need to put a lot of love. Like, when I look at this, man, where's the love, bro? But like, you know what? I don't want to be on their head. They're already hurting as it is as a company. I really hope moving forward, Reflector and Bandai Namco actually make the promising financial decision to actually listen to their consumer base, because that'll actually help them as a company. Like, there's only an upside from doing that. But that's my thoughts on the Unknown 9 mass layoff situation after the flopping of a game that they developed. Let me know what you guys think, man. Do you think Reflector can bounce back from this? Do you think they need to pack it up? Do you think they need to revise their game plan? You guys let me know. As always, man, you know the drill. Like, comment, and all that cool stuff. And I will talk to you all later. Alright, I'm gone. See ya.